Hi there, my name is Shayla and I am a liberal studies major here at CSUP. Due to COVID-19, we are now on a remote learning plan. With that being said, we are still trying to get our kids active and learning. So my peers and I will be posting videos to do with math content on the Facebook page or YouTube channel called Dr. Mom Math Madness. Go give us a follow and continue to keep learning. So, today we're going to be doing a fun activity called Monster Math. But I think before we do that, we are going to have to do a short little review. This activity is great for students in the first or second grade. But before we dive into our monsters, we need to do a review on how to add one-digit numbers with two-digit numbers and two-digit numbers together. So there's many ways that you can do this.
Okay, so the method I'm going to show you on how I add and subtract a two-digit number by a one-digit number is the horizontal method. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So we're going to have 10 plus 8. So what we're going to do is we're going to line up our numbers side by side or horizontally. And we're going to look at the tens place. So this is the tens place, this is the ones place. So we're going to go 1 is in this tens place, right? And then there's no number in this tens place because it's 8. It's only a one-digit number. So we're going to have 1 plus 0 equals 1. Then we're going to move to the ones place. So we have 0 plus 8. So 0 plus 8 is 8. So we're going to put these two numbers together, and it's going to equal 18. So 10 plus 8 equals 18. Now, let's try subtraction. So subtraction I like doing vertically because it's just easier to see for me. So if I do 10 minus 8, let's see the difference we get. Now keep in mind, when you're subtracting, you get a difference, and when you're adding, you get a sum. So our sum was 18. Now let's find our difference. So right now we have 0 minus 8. We can't take absolutely nothing from 8, right? So the 0 needs help from its friend 1. So let's take 1 and add it to our 0. So bye 1 added to our 0. So now this 0 turned into a 10 because there's a 1 in front of the 0, right? 10. So 10 minus 8 is 2. Now we are going to do a two-digit number plus a two-digit number. We're going to keep the same horizontal aspect. So let's do 10 plus 12. Okay, so we have to remember to do the tens place first. So that is 1 plus 1 is 2. And then we have 0 plus 2 in the ones place, which is also 2. So 10 plus 12 is 22. Now let's try subtraction. So let's do 12 minus 10. So 2 minus 0 we can do, so we don't need help from our friends. So 2 minus 0 in the ones place is 2. And then remember, in the tens place, we have 1 minus 1, which is 0. So we got to keep in mind that 12 minus 10 is 2. Okay, now that we reviewed our simple addition and subtraction, let's move into monster math. Okay, now we're going to meet our monsters. So our first monster is 15 minus 10. Our next monster is 10 minus 6. The monster after that is 10 plus 10. And the monster after that is 10 plus 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to figure out these problems on our monsters to see how many eyes they will get. So first, let's start out with 15 minus 10. So we have 15 eyes here, so that's 5 groups of 3. And we're going to subtract 10. So we need to get rid of 10 of the 15 eyes that we have. So I'm going to get rid of 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That leaves us with 5 eyes. So this monster will only have 5 eyes. Now to our next monster, which is 10 minus 6. So that's 2 groups of 5. So we have 10 eyes. We need to get rid of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That leaves us with 4 eyes. So this monster will only have 4 eyes. Okay, so for now, our next monster has 10 plus 10. So we know that he has 10 eyes. Okay, and then he has another 10 eyes. So you can either count all these eyes together, or we could do what we did in the beginning of the lesson. And since we have such big numbers, we can write it down on a piece of paper. So remember, I did the ones place. 1 plus 1 is 2. The tens place, excuse me. Then I went to the ones place, and 0 plus 0 is 0. Then I put my 2 numbers, and I got 20. So this monster is going to have 20 eyes. Wow. I bet it has good vision. Now for our last monster, we have 10 plus 1. So I gathered 10 eyeballs, and then I added 1 more. So when I count all those together, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This monster is going to have 11 eyeballs.
Wow, we have some scary looking monsters. But now that since we discovered our monsters and know what they look like, let's answer some math talk questions. So, the first math talk question I have for you is, which monster had the most eyes? So let's look back. We knew that 15 minus 10 was 5. So this monster only had 5 eyes. We knew that 10 minus 6 was 4. So that monster only had 4 eyes. And then 10 plus 1 was 11. That monster only had 11 eyes. And we knew that 10 plus 10 is 20. So we had 20, 11, 4, and 5. Okay, think about that. So I think the 10 plus 10 monster had the most eyes because it had 20 eyes. Now, which monster had the least amount of eyes? So we obviously know it's not this one because we just said that one was the greatest. So we have 5 eyes on this one, 4 eyes on this one, and 11 eyes on this one. So we know that 5 is smaller than 11. We know that 4 is smaller than 11, so we know it's not this one. We know that 5 is bigger than 4, so we know it's not this one. So this monster had the least amount of eyes. It only had 4 eyes. Okay. The next math talk question was, what addition problem or subtraction problem was the hardest to figure out, and why? Well, for me, it was 10 plus 10. There was just so many eyes that I gathered. I had 10 eyes and then another set of 10 eyes. So I had to get out my piece of paper and do it like this side by side. And then the next math talk question and our final question of the day was, what strategy did you use to add and subtract these numbers? The strategy I used was the side-by-side method, and then I also used my manipulatives, which are the eyes, and I got all the eyes that I knew that I started with, and then I either took away some or added some. So that's the strategies I used. I can't wait to figure out what strategies that you used. Okay, friends, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching, and remember to wash your hands and to keep up on our videos. Much love. Bye.